Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. We are talking about Sameko Saba, who did recently show up. She was Gura, that's why I have Gura here right now. She did recently re-debut as the indie Sameko Saba. Why do I mention both of them in the same conversation? Because, remember, some people may not know that she is, of course, Sameko Saba. Some people may be also wondering where she may have gone and wanted to reconnect with their Oshi. So that's why I do that. Now, why is she back into the whole thing? I did cover when she actually had her debut. You can see my video on that. I did cover that. The fact that she broke some records with over 200k concurrent viewership for an indie that popped in. She did break some records. She actually broke the site for a little bit. As in, like, the chat was not working. The chat actually crashed. And so did the stream for a little bit, at least for the people watching. But today we're talking about some idiots who just, for whatever reason, wanted to bring their arguments into this whole thing. Some dumb arguments, in my opinion. Dumb arguments. We have Kaylin, the Mistress of Magic here, saying, really disappointed that Saba is even more loli than her PLs. Effing gross. Of course, no one can be petite in any way, shape, or form. No one can be an anime character of any form that these people do not like. That is one unfortunate thing that happens when you have gotten your brain rotted through Twitter/Blue Sky. Let's go here. Saw a clip. Oh god, there's a little blank. At least in her PL, Gura was just a small woman. Any genuine excitement it had is now gone. I'm disappointed. Sorry to bear bad news. 100% agree. It's weird and gross. You expect that she'd choose better now that she's gotten chosen for herself, but it's effing gross. Just know the audience. Here's the thing. From what I understand, even IRL, the person behind Gura/Saba, is a very petite woman. So she wants to keep the petite style. She likes the petite style. If you don't like it, don't say anything. Just block, ignore, move on. Do that. I wasn't the only one who noticed that. Oof. It keeps going. Keeps going. Who so I can block? Saba Sameko or PL was Gura. That is again. They're kind of, I don't know, in my mind, they're kind of showing who they are if they think that is a child. They're showing kind of their proclivities a little bit there. I don't know. Seems like that to me. Now you have Serenity, who switched their PFP. They used to have a PFP as Gura, and they got called out for it. It says, Gura PFP fan, surprised she caters to blank. Why on earth did Saba go and do that? She literally had the opportunity to do an amazing character that didn't bring in weirdos, and instead she picked an insane loli character that will bring about these people. I'm done with the creator. And then, of course, it's like another person as well. I'll go to them. Nimi Guerrero as well. Says, I saw Saba, but her model. Like, Saba's model is very cute, by the way. Very nice. Very, very expressive. I do like it. The pandering to that audience is really disheartening, yet not surprising. Likely won't be watching unless Doobie collab, but good luck to her. She's not going to miss you, buddy. Not going to miss you. Probably doesn't even know you exist. Saying that she doesn't even know I exist. It's just the way it goes. And then, of course, they do get called in the whole thing. And basically, this person, it says, basically using Ember in one of her crash outs. And you can read what's going on. I'm not going to actually put it out there because then I'd have to, I'd have to spend like 20 minutes actually getting all these curses out of there. But you can read what she's saying there. Yeah. What are you scared of? A little 4-letter word. As says, hello, tourist. Have you ever watched Gura? Flag and bio. Checks out. Girl was a Vtuber as well. Did you even watch her? Tourist alert. Smuggleana. They are a tourist. They just show themselves very much as a tourist. Tourist filtered. Only watch clips. Afraid of a 4-letter word. Not Nacho fry pill. I say Nacho, I don't know, but Nacho fry pill. So yeah. A lot of people say, did you really have to go slander her? She's not a weird or anything. There's nothing wrong with L. If you don't like it, walk and move on. Plus, I've noticed you're acting like her previous model was not in that as well. Of course, like, they are getting called out again. Even, it looks more moe. Yeah, it does look more moe than that one. Even if there's nothing S or inherently bad, it's a beach outfit and cute one at that. And yeah, so people are going insane on that whole thing. And then they repeat, they said, I said I was done with the creator, which meant I was going to change my PFP. Why the F are you guys stalking my page to see when it happens? Go outside. Sailor Neptune is a 16-year-old girl. It's much weirder than having an L VTuber as your PFP, because they did switch their PFP, as I showed you before, to Sailor Neptune, it looks like. So there you go. Because all you did was express your disappointment over someone not changing when they're given a clear opportunity, and I'm with you. Catering to these blank communities. Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't like that. And you do you. I just see it as she just has more of a moe model, more of just looking cutesy, that type of thing, not necessarily wanting to pander or anything to any of this. But of course, if you don't look exactly like they want you to look, they are going to try to destroy you. Now, why did I show Nimi Guerrero before? Because they protected their channel. They protected their Twitter because they did get hit with a lot of flack for what they said. So they couldn't handle the heat when they got themselves in the kitchen themselves. When they started stoking that fire and putting the gasoline on it, they couldn't handle what came back to them. And of course, what I say, if you can't handle the fire, get out of the kitchen. I have gotten a lot of flack for the things that I said. I've gotten a lot of flack for the things that I've done. And what I've done is I've stayed here. I continue moving forward. I do apologize for the things that happened. I try to move on as much as I can, and I try to make things better as I continue moving forward. Now, we're going to go to Brittany Venti, who is a larger channel, who, of course, was known to really dislike Gura and call her an L, you know, that type of thing, and say that she's catering to those type of people and that type of stuff. And she asked, I don't know if should I come back. Gura already came back. I'll alert at Hirohei and all the people in the #1 VTuber hater, the best VTuber ever, wants to come back to Thunderdome. We're weebs, we don't forget. So yeah, I hired the sharks to stare at you. Basically, Brittany Venti, for those who don't know, is another big time hater. Is one of a huge hater of Gura when she was in Hololive. Said that she was, you know, that type of creator and pandering to those people and all that kind of stuff. She went a little too far in what she said, but there you go. Let's continue on with Phoebe Plague, who, of course, erased the specific one that I'm putting here because, of course, you go here, post is unavailable. The original post is this one. All right, my timeline is held today because of certain reactions of Saba's design. I'm just saying it so that people clear themselves out. She looks like a blank, and it gives me the ick. The people immediately S her gives it even a bigger ick. This is the only time I'm going to say it because I do like Saba and I'm very happy for her success. But man, some of y'all are way too eager to tell the entire world you jake it to that design. Like, no hate towards Saba. Dude, you're already showing a lot of hate towards Saba. Like, the girl, get that bag and all. It's more so how much of those types of fans will immediately turn her into Gunner Slop. That's not your concern. If they do or don't, that's her concern. If it bugs her, that's her concern. Don't go white knighting for her. Let her, she is strong. She's a woman. She knows this whole thing. She knows the whole environment. Let her handle it herself. Don't go try white knighting for her. When media turns to Gunner, isn't helped by the fact she's overly pandering to that crowd. Also, you're saying you like her, but you're saying she's pandering to a certain crowd. Get your story straight. Get your facts straight. Get yourself what you're trying to put out there. Put it straight first. You're just really messing around. And again, like I said, the only reason why I'm putting this out there, because I don't feel it's right that Sameko Saba is working her ass off and is getting this type of hate, this type of aggression, this type of thing being put towards her just for a design choice. Again, these people have no other things going on in their days. They are, of course, part of the brain rot that is Twitter and such, and it will continue being that way, but I will continue to call them out. Tommy Clips, a VTuber clipper, of course. They are very much disliked in the community. There is some history there to have people not like them. They are someone who a long time ago, I believe it was last year, were at least accused of trying to charge VTubers, from what I understand, for, you know, having the content on there. At least smaller VTubers, other VTubers out there, being like, I believe Oshando was the one who kind of spilled the tea on this person, that they were charging a certain amount to have their, you know, clipping, to be able to clip them, that type of thing. I understand making it into a business, but that seemed very low, especially when people weren't looking for them, that kind of thing. Well, we're gonna go past that. Remember the name, because this is what we're gonna be looking at right now. We're gonna be looking at them talking about, of course, Saba. It is going to be the standard now, merch for a debut soon after debut. It feels that the VTuber community has become increasingly commercialized, and this change is clearly happening from the top down. Nothing wrong with having some merch when you debut. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely normal. That is something that is expected, actually, because especially her, knowing that she was going to be as big as she was, she had to have had some merch out there. VTuber merch is the way that you can make money because YouTube is very, very finicky when it comes to ad revenue and things like that. So, of course, this was going to be something that was going to happen. Let's continue on and taking a look at things that are out here. Hokkaido says it's always been commercialized and corporatized. Started out for the corporations. It is literally the virtual digital adaptation from Idol system in Japan, for crying out loud. VTubing was never a grassroots thing or a bottom to top thing. No indie person started VTuber profession. That said, everyone who knows who Saba is. The merch, while unexpected, is something she herself wanted to do, not for her, but for the fans. And considering it sold out under 10 minutes, I'm quite sure she underestimated people. She had up to 200k people watching the debut, after all. Keep in mind, VTubers do not make a profit when they have merchandise. Often they break even or actually lose money doing it. That is very true. Not even corporate VTubers dodge this bullet. Merchandise is purely for the fans that the VTubers gladly accept the cost for to make their fans happy. It is in order to give the fans something tangible, something they can grab and look at and have in their hands, other than, just being able to support otherwise. Let's take a look at what other people said. He's back at it again. Again, like I mentioned to you before, this is someone who already has some bad reputations there, reminding everyone how much of a leech and a hypocrite he truly is, which I'm entirely certain none of the Hollow Mems would accept this creep nor want him to create content for them. Of course, if he creates it and creates it under their guidelines, I don't think anyone's going to have an issue, but this is someone who was seen as a leech because of trying, like I mentioned before, to charge, I believe, Shondo and others money to do clips for them. Almost like VTubing can and should be a job for some. Ever thought of that? Of course you didn't. Newsflash. Ricky, I'm not going to say the last part of that one. You have no say in the matter. So sit down and cry on stream if you're going to cry. And something that happened afterwards that he did mention. Kind of consequences for his actions. Guys, I'm not even allowed to chat in the fellow Saba fans because the Reddit mods banned me. Despite only posting one clip there. More to the point, for 4 years now, I've had thousands of people harassing me across all social media sites, spreading falsities about me and streamers I've interacted with. I wish people could look past all of the meaningless drama baiters and engage with facts because it's literally all so easy to refute when you actually use your brain. It makes me so mad. Here's the thing. If you want to refute some of these things, everyone is more than happy to listen to you. You just have to do it the proper way. You have to actually put it out there to refute it. If you don't put it out there, you can't refute it. Why is the VTuber community so okay with this sort of thing happening? Like, everyone has sat back and let this harassment happen for 4 years. And I have no doubt that if people are going after me, they'll go after someone else. When does the negativity end? And when will we stop turning a blind eye to it? It's okay to have a different opinion about VTubers, but we have to agree that it's not okay to hurt people for possessing these different opinions. Why does this community constantly reject that? Well, they don't reject that part. They just like holding people accountable. I mean, I've had people go against me and things like that. I've refuted it openly, and I've, apologized for things that I have done openly. You haven't apologized for the things you've done, from what I've seen. That's why people will go after you. And you can tell that he was expecting a lot of hate because he ended up, restricting the people who were replying to it. Let's take a look real quick and see what kind of post engagements he got. And it says, playing victim again, TLDR, maybe try to get a job. We all know exactly what you did. You can't keep pretending like none of this ever happens. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I mentioned before. Directly called them out. Oh, also, there was a Kiara thing. I remember Kiara called Kami Clips out for doing some things that were like basically putting things out of context. And then Hololive came out and said you can't put things out of context. Iris's debut stream as it was going on, because, Hololive says you can't do that until the stream is over. That he's one of the reasons why these rules are put in place. YouTube membership program to earn money from clipping, saying it's cheaper than a Hololive membership. Apology is more like I examine myself for any wrongdoing, and I found that I've done nothing wrong. Ignores the community when asked to take responsibility. Leads loads more. There's loads more stuff. There are Google Docs on Twitter if you want to look at it. That is why people are against comic clips. You can have one way or the other. I am more of a live and let live type of person. I don't really watch comic clips for the clips itself. Sometimes I could watch the stuff, but I don't really support him overall or them overall. But you have your opinion on that, and I'll leave it to you guys. Variance Pro, sculpting the universe to share with the world, used to be DigiLive. which was like a kind of a VTuber friend group type of thing. They have, from what I can tell, from what I gathered, they have morphed into Variance Pro, and they have 4 new members of their Equilibrium, I believe, is the name of it. They have Fangzi Fido, they have Avaritia Hawthorne, they have Leia Memoria, and they also have Katya Sable. These people are alleged to be some people that, you know, they are alleged to be, you know, other individuals out there of, you know, Katya is thought to be Midas, Leia is thought to be Carrot Von Bun, and Avaritia is thought to be Umi Kyoku. So yeah, that's what they're thought to be, and that is, you know, all alleged at this point. You will be able to tell when their voices come out. So if it is Umi Kyoku, she did say that she's moving on from, you know, she's taking a long hiatus, etc., and moving on to something different, and this could be very much it. I don't know why they would move on, but that is their choice. That is not anything that we have any control over, of course. And if they do move on, if Avaritia did move on, you know, Umi Kyoku became Avaritia, it's whichever one, because that's what's alleged to happen here. All this stuff here is, of course, starting on June 28th, 2 days ago, on Virtual YouTubers. So these are people who kind of know what's going on. And of course, this is a bit of what we have here. Let's see if we can hear their voices. No voices this time.
That's the sound of business booming. Looks like someone can't pay their loss. Come, boy.
Something doesn't add up here. This feels too staged.
Oh, thank God this was the last batch. Good work today, everyone. Let's clean up and go eat some cakes. Hey!
My song will be heard by those who abuse and betray. No one will hurt me, the ones I love, or anyone else like that ever again. Even if it means everything else has to fall to ruin.
So those are the ones that are going to become part of Chapter Equilibrium, their newest generation of course, Variance Project. Y'all take a look and y'all decide whether it is or isn't the people that I mentioned. You know, do comparisons of voices and such like that if you so wish. But I do wish them the very best moving forward, because it is a big step for them to be going and, of course, becoming what they're going to become. It is, you know, especially if they had grown before and they'd moved on to this is a big step. So I wish them the best of luck. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do it because I want it to be a positive space, a space where we can help each other out. Yes, there's a lot of negative stuff happening in the VTuber community. I want to be a distraction for that in this part and actually bring some positivity to VTubers out there. Today we're talking about Miauwza. I'm going to say that wrong. I did say that wrong, more than likely. They are a say-so, degen, void, kidder VTuber with some of the best dad jokes plus bad plays, horror fanatic, league enjoyer, variety streamer. So, of course, let's take a look at what they have available. This is something that they have recently. Let's take a look.
Can't you all just quit your jobs already? If we all quit, they can't fire all of us.
True. You can't fire everybody if you already quit. Well, you can't fire you if you already quit. Anyways, let's take a look at their YouTube side, because they do have a YouTube side, which primarily seems to be some shorts and a couple of videos here and there. Mainly just short style videos. So, of course, this is a good way to get things started when you don't have very many people watching. You can get this thing started, get things moving forward as people get to know you a little better. Then you can start doing the long-form content. Thank you so much, Mia, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.